What's up, guys? Tom here with Team Golden Age. I'm here today with Lorenzo, who, for the first time in his life, what did you do?
I got a top and my invite.
He got top 4 at the OTS championships in Lubbock, playing some Spice.
Okay. So, okay, I expected no Droll because I didn't expect anyone to play Spiral, so I figured everyone else knew that and they wouldn't play Droll. So I took Pure and Demion. How do I?
Do it that way.
Yeah. I played Pure and Demion. So I played the one Servant, one Magister, two Reflection because, okay, this card's at 1, so that's why I played 1. This card is only an extender when you've already started playing, so it's not really that good. This card is the same thing, except this card like auto wins you versus Shadow, and I expected a lot of Shadow too, so it just auto wins.
Yeah, this card's pretty good because it just says no to Winda.
And then 3 Mighty Master because those are my spell trap negates for the deck.
Here a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, so 3 of those because those are my spell trap negates, and this card is busted going second. Like,
It's also busted because that's a lot of text.
yeah, and they don't read it. Like, I had someone try to Ghost Ogre it, and I just was like, cool. And then he just looked at me, and I was like, can't be destroyed by card effects. And he read it too. Like, I don't know why he did that. That's it for the Demion monsters. For Mythical Beast, I played 3 Cerberus because this card searches Jackal. It searches Jackal. Jackal is my monster negates, and it's really good. Helps me play around in Biru. This card's also good going second because you can just summon it like through searching this, searching that, summon it, and then set your scales. It got 4 counters, banish something. And then there's also a cool interaction with this card and Cerberus, where in order for Endymion to like summon, it has to at least attempt to destroy a card. So if he has more than 4 counters, he can't be destroyed by card effects, which means he'll just get special out without destroying any of your cards. So it's a good way to like not lose resources. It didn't come up today, but it's good to know. And then I also play 1 Jackal or 1 normal Jackal because you need to play around in Biru, and this is really easy to search. Like, this searches it. Other cards that I'll show in a minute search it. Like, it's just to make sure you can always play through Nibiru by using your normal summon. Or, you really can't push it. You don't have a low scale like that. And then 1 Garuda. I didn't want to play this card. I wanted to play Instant Fusion, but someone had to borrow Tom's Millenniumize, so I had to make ghetto replacements like the night before.
So people don't finish 78th?
Yeah, so people don't finish 78.
Always remember, hashtag 78.
Love you, David. Or
Dylan.
I fucked up. I love you too, David. But yeah, it's also really good because it's a hand trap. A lot of people don't know that. Like, it just bounces a card as a hand trap. And it also pops back row, which the back row didn't come up, but the hand trap came up versus Salad. Generic good Pendulum cards that I play, 3 Chronograph, 1 Time Gazer. It's just good extender.
Read this card, people.
I'll leave this card on field sometimes because if my opponent Tongue Twisters and they don't read my scales, then they just wasted like 2 cards for nothing.
Read this card. Lorenzo was impressed when last night I actually read the card.
You didn't last time, so I was banking on it. And then this card's really good, like even just keeping it in hand, because there was a game where like I had to play Secret Spellcaster Village just to get 1 counter on the Reflection, and then just keep this in hand. I had 2 set spells I couldn't use because they were just dead. I think they were a spellbook. One was a spellbook, and the other was like a Paw Desires that I drew into with Desires, and I just kept this in hand with a Mighty Master, and then they popped one of my sets, and I just summoned out Chronograph and Endymion, and then that kept me alive for the next turn. Then I played probably the best normal summon in the deck, Magical Abductor. So this card is dumb. Like, in scale, it just searches any Pendulum card, and that's like so good and versatile. That's if you put it in scale. If you normal summon it and you get it 3 counters, this is like my plan B. This, like, it's so good versus like decks that just search a lot. Because you'll just get 3 counters on it, and it searches a level 1 spellcaster.
It's
So,
plan B versus like instead of Baguska, you search.
search Drone Lockbird. And then, yeah, Drone Lockbird. Really good card. Alternatively, you could search the Jackal. Like, if you already drew this, or you don't think you need this, you could search this, and then it's just... This is good, too. Because you could just put in scale and, like, use it as a low scale. Because, like, a scale 4 is a low scale in this deck. Like, honestly, you rarely want to summon anything lower than like 6. So that's it for like the Pendulum cards. Then you play like Blue Boy Engine. I played 2-1-1. The reason for it is I don't like playing a lot of this card because like I just see too much of it and like I don't really want it. Normal summoning this is okay, and play multiple just so I see it. You only play one of this because you're never gonna activate more than one. So I play multiple because of Dylan. So I needed to play extra cards I didn't want to play, so I played 2. And it's just good, so I see it more. Like if I see any of these, it's really good. And it's also like a really easy card to side out for like going second and everything. And then we get to spell cards. Spellpower Mastery is broken. It's Rhoda. The longer the game goes on, the better this card gets. Like, I had 2 of these in grave, I believe, and then I activated the 3rd one, and it was just like instant spell counters on my Endymion cards. It was like 3 spell counters. It was like insane. And then 3 Allure because you need gas, so you need to get.
You play a lot of gas in this deck.
Yeah, a lot of the deck's gas. Like, you also have 3 Desires, Into the Void, and Upstart. Again, I wasn't expecting anyone to play Droll, so I was like okay with not having Instant Fusion. Like, if they don't have Droll, like I'm gonna win if I resolve these cards. And then to add on to that I'm gonna win if you don't have Droll. Institution. It just lets me search any card that can hold a spell counter by removing spell counters from my field, and I get a lot of those usually. And it's just solid, like always. And also, if I open this plus Cerberus, it's just so good because I'm gonna get a Cerberus out, and then this gets counters every time a mythical beast is destroyed by a card effect or battle. So it just gets like 4 counters for free. And then you search like Abductor, normal summon Abductor, and then like play your other cards, and then you just search like a Droll. You get access into the Spellbook engine. Like, it's really good. And then just as a blowout card, because again, Dylan had to ruin my plans, I just played Terraforming and Secret Release Spellcasters. I wouldn't play this because you have like Shadows, just they have Spellcasters, you have Geist, you have like, there's too many decks that could just out this or make it worse for you. Like, versus Geist, if they clear your board, you're never gonna like be able to normal summon another guy. So if they get rid of your scales, you're never activating spells ever. And I mean, it's good versus like dinos and stuff, I guess, and Salad. I like beat someone with Salad just because I like ended on this plus Jackal, and it like that's it for the main deck. And then the extra deck, I didn't really like go into much of it. I think I went into like 5 cards, and it was just like Boral Sword, because Boral Sword's good. Crowley, because Crowley helps me get into spellbook cards even if I don't draw them. And it was funny, I actually won a game because of its other effect, where each turn I can normal summon a level 5 or higher spellcaster without tributing. So I ended up having a reflection scale and activated a reflection to like bounce. I think it was a window, and then I would just normal summoned the reflection because I did a reflection to summon a reflection because it could be summoned at the same time. And then I'd bounce one of the reflections, bounce the window, normal summoned the other reflection, made a Boral Sword. Like, other than that, I couldn't know came. So like, I don't know. He didn't know that. Like, he grabbed the card immediately. And he was like, "Oh, you're lying to me." And then just like, where is it? And then like Apollosa just good negates. This is the Sad Boys Electromite that you just make when you don't want to make IP, and you need spell counters. And this also is also good going second because it could like pop cards, so it's like just as good as like the nightmares. It's even better than nightmares sometimes because you get like arrows, and that's really good. Speaking of nightmares, I play Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. This never comes up, but like the extra deck's so like I can play whatever. Like I might as well play it just in case it comes up. These are just good because you gotta out things. I played IP Masquerena because sometimes I don't end on monsters that are actually negates by themselves, so I want to link them away. Like if I end on a Chrono and a Time Gazer, I link them away for this, and then try and get to this with other stuff that like I couldn't link away. And then Skull Dread is just more gas to get there. It didn't come up at this tournament, but it's always good to have because sometimes you gotta link away everything to get like good cards because you got bad cards. And then just Borload and Avermax just as like in case someone has a monster I can't deal with, or if I need to make this and sit on it versus a deck that can't out it, especially like with this card.
Seems all right.
Seems pretty good. And then I've played the Odd Eyes package because sometimes I have 2 reflections, or my Endymions can't be negates by themselves, so I just XYZ them and hope it gets me there. And then the rest of XYZs I play Dweller, which is very hard to make because I only play like 4 level 4s, but they're so searchable that like you can make this consistently if you want to, but you have to go out of your way, so it's okay. And then Norito for when I draw too many chronographs, that I could just pen summon 2 chronographs and
Do something with
do
them.
something with them. And that's it for the extra deck. Oh yeah, and again, Dylan, you made me play bad cards because you wanted the instant fusion targets. For my side, it's just like pretty basic. I feel like triple evenly because evenly is just good versus so many decks in the format. Triple Dark Ruler no more because again, it's just really good versus the format. I feel like I don't have Lightning Storms, so I was just like, what's a good card that can beat back row decks? So then I was like, I don't need my normal summon, so I could play 3 Denko and just like block them out sometimes.
Good card.
It's also good versus Salad. Like, it's just good in general. Speaking of back row, got 1 red reboot that I'm probably not going to play after today. It never came up. Even versus back row decks I played, I just wanted to play like Evenly or Denko over it. Like, I don't know what this will be, but it'll be something else. And then I play Mind Controls because I felt like Shadow doesn't end on a lot, and I feel like the Mind Controls, like, I could just like take whatever is the problem card or bait out, or this will force a Mechaba, and then just kind of go from there. Because really Shadow only ends on like 1 negate, and if I could just bait it, then I can do whatever I want. And I usually win if I do that, because this deck like crushes that deck. And then, just in case there was Spiral, I didn't know what else to play, so I just played like 3 Sphere Mode just in case. Never came up like this. I didn't even think about siding this at all today, but I think it was nice to have it just in case. And I think that's it.
All right. Got any shout outs?
Shout out to Dylan for making me play bad cards. Shout out to David for telling me when I'm going insane on deck choice or on card choices. Shout out to Tom for driving, and shout out to Adam for teaching me how to play the game.
All right, guys. Remember to like and subscribe for more action out of West Texas. This is Tom with Team Golden Age.